We hereby call this meeting of the Fangirls Club to order. I am Brielle.
And I'm Haley, and today we are going to be talking about an upcoming event that we're very excited about. We are going to be going to Netflix's Tudum fan event on May 31st in LA. And so today we're just going to be talking about what we're excited to see, the announcements that we hope that they make, some of our favorite shows that they're going to, talk about there.
They also listed they listed a ton of people that are going, but some of them I'm confused about.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I forget that, Netflix is not just about their
direct
big core shows, but I know there are Netflix movies that, big name celebrities are in sometimes. And I just wouldn't expect them to show up at an event like this. So.
That's true.
But I have fun watching Tudum every year.
Yeah.
It's always really exciting. We always get some really good stuff. So I'm really excited to go in person. So yeah.
I said there's going to be surprise performances, which
I know.
I'm curious what that's.
I know. I don't remember them having that in the past.
No, and I guess performance doesn't exactly mean musical guest or something.
Yeah.
But
we're hoping for some pretty big
needed
drops
things
and announcements.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about those. But first,
we have to lightly touch on some things. We can't even go into it because
there's So fangirl moments of the week.
Yeah.
There's a laundry list of things that happened just today that we couldn't even, it would be an entire episode just trying to get through it all. All things that we weren't expecting nor were necessarily waiting for.
I don't know. It's so confusing sometimes. Awesome. It's just a random Wednesday and you're like, wow, here's everything.
Mayday, for real.
I know.
First,
I guess all the next 3 Sunrise on the Reaping Hunger Games movie cast announcements.
Yep.
Finally
back
came.
to back to back.
Yes, again.
We find an Easter egg in everything. We're like, what does this mean?
I know.
The timing of this.
I know. I really hope they're just I don't know, drop it.
We got our Beatty.
Yes, we got Beatty. We got the mentors that we've known to come and love from Catching Fire and Mockingjay.
Yep.
Which was interesting. So they dropped all 3 of those relatively kind of today. So we got Beatty, we got Wyrus, and we got Mags. And super fangirl special is that we got a Stranger Things girly now in the Hunger Games world.
I know. I was super excited to see. I squealed when I saw that Maya Hawke was cast as Wyrus. It's so perfect.
I saw so many fan casts of that, and it's kind of weird to actually see fan casts come true
into fruition.
Because I feel it just never happens.
Never.
So it's kind of weird that a couple of them are happening, and we're like, oh.
I know.
Wow.
I think McKenna Grace was another one.
Yes, a big one.
Maisley.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited for Maya.
I know.
She's going to be perfect.
Yeah, of course.
She's so weird. I can't wait.
I know.
I love her so much.
We got the premiere date for next season of Big Brother, which I'm excited about. So that'll finally come out in July, except they keep pushing it. And now they start it in July. They started late in the middle of summer for some reason, which makes me sad, but that's whatever.
Weep womp.
I know.
We had the tiniest of teasers for Bridgerton season 4.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
So good. A very keep you guessing kind of scene of Benedict walking into the masquerade, and he sees Sophie, right, is her name? And she's so beautiful.
She looks so cute.
Looks like a diamond. She's perfect. Yeah, he's just looking longingly at her, and that's kind of it. We've seen some other glimpses here and there behind the scenes
stuff, yeah.
And then, but along with that, they announced officially seasons 5 and 6.
That's nuts.
So we are getting 4, 5, and 6 for sure, which, duh.
Hopefully there's not as long breaks between all of them, because we're going to be watching Bridgerton for the rest of our lives.
I love that kind of.
Yeah, same.
But sad, because I was seeing some discourse online about the younger 2, Hyacinth and who's the young...
What's his name? He's so cute.
Henry.
No.
George.
No. George.
Gregory and Hyacinth. So Gregory and Hyacinth, people are they're not going to use those actors. They're only playing child versions, which, yeah, right. I mean, they did the same thing with Francesca.
Yeah.
But Oh my God, little Gregory was so
He's
cute.
so cute.
So I'm excited to see where it all goes. And I'm excited for Benedict's season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, and we'll talk about this, if we'll see more of this, more teasers, a bigger trailer anytime soon.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we actually get a date.
I know.
26 is so far.
So far away. And then last but not least, mixed feelings about this one.
Oh.
Mixed feelings about.
Okay, so we have all already seen it, so it was underwhelming.
Yes.
But they officially released the Wicked for Good poster,
Kind of a cop out, in my opinion.
which is like,
Yay.
yay. But we've all already seen it because they put it everywhere in Vegas when
Why
they
didn't they
first
just
showed
release it?
They should have just released a different poster or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be more exciting. And then now, with the poster, they're like, you guys have been asking for the trailer.
So we'll give it to you for a price.
On June 4th, a random ass Wednesday at
June 4th.
4 p.m. or something. Like, no one can go to that. Very select theaters. They're going to, for one day only, put Wicked back in theaters. And before or after Wicked? Oh, after the 2.5 hour movie.
They'll play the
trailer for Wicked for Good. And they're going to start throughout the whole country and some theaters in Canada.
Canada and US only.
They're going to start all of them at the exact same moment. So everyone gets to watch the Wicked for Good trailer at the same exact time. So there's no spoilers.
I don't really understand.
But I know someone's going to come through and record it. So we'll all at least get to watch that. But then when are they? So they're going to.
Someone will go live.
Are they going to release it then just like June 5th?
They better. I hope, I find this a little icky, if I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. The second I saw it, I did go and buy those tickets. And only after I bought the tickets did I see that they were for the only theater close to us is an hour and a half to 2 hours away. And I was like, oh, this isn't where I thought it was. And there are no theaters in Los Angeles.
Weird.
So I released the tickets because I was like, well, I can't get out of work for this. Then I kind of thought about it and I was like, for what this is, I have the movie.
It might just be a fun excuse to be like, we'll put it in theaters again for one day or something.
Of course.
I don't know.
Also, we can just watch it at
I already bought it.
Yeah, we've gone through all the proper protocols here
I've bought a lot of Wicked stuff.
We've bought all your things. We've bought all the merch. Just give me the trailer. So anyway, yeah, I just think it's a little weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
And then kind of money grabbing.
A little bit.
A little money grabber. Anyway, and let's hope they just, release it the day after and learn from CinemaCon that you cannot keep this from the viewers.
They know that letting people into that theater to watch that trailer, everyone's going to see it after that. You know what I mean? People are going to go live.
It just feels so unwicked of them. I don't know. Everything, because they've done everything so smoothly, seamlessly. Well, everything's been so well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
This just feels like, why?
This was Universal being like,
let's milk it for everything we can.
They know how thirsty everyone is.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't like it.
It was weird. Or make a deal with a specific, Cinemark. Cinemark theaters will be showing. You know what I mean?
I think City Walk would do it.
A special thing, yeah.
Maybe they'll announce more theaters. I don't know. It's just so bizarre.
But we're at least officially in the Wicked for Good era.
We're just spoiled
we
because
got a
we
poster.
have all the events. We're used to just having all of the events happen here and we're like, I'm sorry, what?
Why you live here?
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
That's why I pay to live here. That's got to be it for me.
There's a lot of things, but moving on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump into our Tudum predictions, hopes, thoughts, and dreams and excitement.
We're going to Tudum. I'm excited. It's at the Forum, right?
It's at the Kia Forum.
And I've been to plenty of concerts there now, but I've never obviously been there for an event like this. So I'm excited to see what it is.
It's going to be so fun because from what I see when I watch it on Netflix, live, they have the house lights up. It's very involved. It's very interactive. Yeah. It starts at 5 p.m. our time.
Fantastic.
And so we'll be home in time to go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Thank God.
I know. I'm so excited. It's going to be a blast.
And Sophia Carson is hosting, and I wonder why.
Well, her movie. Did you see the trailer for her new movie with King George?
No. What is that movie?
That's why she's hosting my Oxford year. And I've been excited for this. I remember seeing the announcement a year or two ago, the casting announcement with King George. I'm sorry, Corey something.
Is he going to be there?
I hope so.
Was he on that
King George
ginormous list?
I was looking at the list. Yeah, let's talk about the list of attendees.
You mean every person ever?
It's really cool.
It looks like a music festival lineup. You know how they just
that's how they like.
Yeah, it looks like just a million bands are going to be performing.
Corey. No. Well, I mean, at the bottom it says ... and more. So
and more.
Who knows? I hope he's there.
Cutie.
Maybe he wouldn't come all the way from England for this, but
I don't know where he lives.
True. I shouldn't assume that he lives
Rude.
in England just because he's British.
Yeah, I mean, so that list, I feel like that list is fun too because it tells us a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we are able to maybe make some guesstimations as to how big these announcements might be based on who is going to be present.
Yeah.
For example,
the OG5.
The original party members from Stranger Things, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, Will, and Elle.
Yeah.
Millie's going to be there too?
Yeah.
So they're all going to be there.
Cuties.
And so this is like our most highly anticipated part of the event. Obviously, is Stranger Things. Season 5, we're hoping to get, I hope we get at least a teaser.
Is it official that a trailer's going to be? Like, didn't they say something somewhere posted like.
No, man. Because I know we're both seeing. Here's the thing about Instagram these days.
Lies.
It does not show you the things that you are following. It's all like suggestions now.
Yeah.
And so everything we're seeing are like other fan pages, fan accounts who are like making predictions.
Okay, we'll at least get a date.
Or rumors. I think we'll get a teaser.
I do too.
If they're still releasing it in 2025, like.
We have to get something by now.
They have to release a teaser. I just like get goosebumps thinking about seeing a teaser right then and there.
With them standing there. How fun.
I know. But like.
And this is their last time like doing this press together and then it's all donezo.
It's true. I wonder, I don't know how long. Tudum hasn't been around for that long. Maybe like since COVID, I guess, is kind of when they started really ramping it up because obviously they could do it digitally.
Yeah.
But
remember when they tried to do a Love is Blind live reunion? That was the funniest thing ever.
That was such an epic fail. It's like they didn't even try. They tested nothing.
So how do they do a giant thing like Tudum and they couldn't do Anyway.
That's so true.
Anyway.
Different production company, I guess, within the within the big one.
The biggest L Netflix ever had.
That was a huge, and like
people were
ravenous for it.
People were sitting around
we were
posting how excited they were to watch the live reunion.
We were like glued to the couch. All of us.
We're like, it's almost time.
It's almost time. We had to eat before. We were like ready. And then we just waited.
It just
and
never.
They were like, oh, it'll be up in an hour. And so we never got to watch the live Love is Blind reunion, which probably wouldn't have been that good anyway.
No, but they're always so fun.
They're still fun.
In anticipation.
I just wish Nick and Vanessa. Well, I shouldn't talk smack because
she's gonna be there.
Vanessa Lachey's gonna be at Tudum, so I'm not gonna say. Listen, I love her. Okay, there are some great pros who can really command these reunions and make them like a reunion. You know what I mean?
Who's that one dude?
Andy Cohen. Oh, you're talking about the guy from Married at First Sight.
Yes.
What is his name? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He does the Married at First Sight reunion?
Yes. He's done others too, though, I think.
But I hope we get some Love is Blind stuff, maybe.
Well, it said I saw somewhere Love is Blind is going to be.
How fun.
It'll just be like another season.
It's coming.
It's happening again.
And you're going to love it just as much.
And we will. And we definitely will.
Oh, God.
No matter how much we say, we're like, ugh.
Okay, so you're going to do Stranger Things first then?
Yeah.
Since our most anticipated, and it's mainly why we're going?
Yeah, and if we end up just talking about that the whole time, then great.
The reason we needed to make sure we were going is because we have been absolutely ravenous about waiting for this trailer.
This is the reason we're going.
And the anticipation and unfortunately like the heavy assumption that they will release at least the tiniest teaser there is the most exciting thing ever.
The fact that this footage it's all there.
They finished, like, where is it?
The fact that it's created and it's made.
I know.
And we can't see it yet.
I know.
It's like actually eating me away inside.
That's how I feel about like the Wicked one. Like people have seen it.
I know. So if we get a teaser, if we get a trailer, let's just go balls to the wall here.
I don't think it would be a trailer.
Okay. Well, if we did,
Mm-hmm.
or if you could see anything, if you would want to see anything, like
Mm-hmm.
what would you want to see?
I think the first teaser will be just the opening of what we saw, that like very first page of the first episode is going to be, of like some sort of flashback of Will in the Upside Down, like with his younger self. And like we've seen a behind the scenes photo of Noah laying next to like a little kid that looks
In
like
Castle
young.
in like a rundown Castle Byers, yeah.
So the assumption is maybe that's that scene of like the flashback or some sort of nightmare or something. So I think we'll get a very eerie sound of young Will singing.
Should I stay or should I go now?
Yeah, and then you hear Vecna say like, no, she's already done.
Max.
Elle, he's still after Elle, or maybe Will. Maybe he's gonna go for Will.
Does it?
So
yeah. Is it
he
like
just says Will in a really deep voice, and then that's how we know. We know he's not dead. We saw him somehow move.
yes,
Well, leave the spot that they thought he would be.
Michael Myers.
And then so
style.
it just cuts and it's black, and then we finally get a date.
That's cool.
That's what I think.
That's really cool.
What about you?
I don't know if I can top that.
Oh,
That's really good, because you know what? That's what I want to see. I want to see Will sort of back in the fray, like him. I mean, sorry to him, but I want him back and like really affected by all this. And
yeah.
you know, I think all signs point to him being the center point to everything,
Yeah.
focal point. I mean, and something with him and Elle, you know. But we have to see how Will is so central and connected to all of this.
I want to
has
see
been from the
his-
beginning.
Like the big part of season 3 is that like he was almost like the spy.
Yeah.
Like I want to see something like that in it again. That he like something has a special skill now that can help them with defeating Vecna or the Upside Down or something.
And also the other perspective of like whatever he was using Will to spy,
The Mind Flayer.
the Mind Flayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to just see, you know, that perspective and what that did for
It's all
the Upside
one
Down.
hive mind.
Right.
So yes, they might have gotten rid of the Mind Flayer, got it out of him,
Yeah.
but like it's still all connected, and in the end, still connected to Vecna. So like it's still, you know, like, and at the end we see the shot like Will touches his neck again for the first time in a hot minute. So it's still there.
Yeah. Is it like Vecna has now found his way in his like injured state?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for.
It was like Voldemort,
Mm-hmm.
or in the first few movies and books, that like he's weakened, so he needs to like rely on like other
Yeah.
life forms to still kind of like hold on. So maybe now he's like clinging on to Will, and he's like the Harry Potter.
That could very well. I think that's a really good theory.
Wow.
But anyway, I hope that the teaser is Steve driving down. He's just like driving down the street in his car, and he comes out of his car and he's got these roses again. He's got some new, fresh roses. He like shuts the car door and he's walking, and Dustin walks up to him and he's like, "Hey, Steve!" Like trying to like take him away. And he's like, "Not now, Dustin." And he actually makes it to her door,
He's gonna win her back.
and he's gonna win Nancy back, and it's gonna be
That's
Stancy
the
forever.
teaser.
And then that's it. No, I'm kidding.
That would be fantastic. I
No,
mean, yeah, I can only hope and pray we see Steve in that teaser or something. Maybe
don't
it's just
know.
like a really weird random close-up shot of like
I
all the
think
characters.
I think it has to be something very specific.
Super ambiguous.
It can't be anything. It can't be too many things in the frame for people to overanalyze. I think a teaser for that first moment is a good theory as to what the teaser is going to look like.
Oh, it's just Max opening her eyes.
Yeah, maybe, we could get just back in the hospital and Lucas is like reading to her again, or she opens it and maybe she.
I think she would wake up if he read her some
ACOTAR
or Fourth Wing. I think she'd be like,
she'd probably love it.
She'd wake right up. She'd sit up.
She'd hate it, and then she'd be like secretly like obsessed with it, for sure. And Elle would have introduced her to it.
Anyway,
that's what Elle's reading to her when Lucas leaves. She's like, okay, anyway.
Okay, we'll get to the good shit.
Back to the good stuff.
God,
that's perfect. I mean, that's a perfect idea. Just silence, but him, like you hear young Will singing.
That would just make so much sense of like why they've been waiting for so long. Of like, this is their last season of their first big successful show.
It has to end who it started with.
Yeah,
it's Will.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I know.
That's crazy.
It'll be almost 10 years.
I'm so scared they're gonna give us like a really good teaser and then be like summer of 2026.
Yeah. Just kidding, we pushed back the date.
Which would be exactly 10 years after the start, so.
They better not.
I really hope they don't. I would have hoped that they would have told us that by now. And not wait until the
the big announcement at Tudum? You gotta wait another year.
Listen, we're used to it at this point.
I would cry. I would leave. I'd walk out. Let me out.
Let me out of here. Let me out of the Kia Forum now.
Anyway,
we're in our stupid Stranger Things like costumes. Let me out of here.
I should just go dressed up as like a full Eggo waffle.
Yes. I could have kept my Surfer Boy pizza box.
You got rid of the box?
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
I know. I can make another one.
There you go.
And you could be a waffle.
Yeah, it's a pizza and a waffle. That's cute.
What else do we...
Well, just that the OG5 kiddos will be there, so that's exciting. And that's like such a big deal. I feel like there's no other reason they wouldn't have all 5 of them there if they weren't gonna like...
I know. I wonder if they'll just announce it, or sometimes they have a mini panel where there's a host and they ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
I mean, for a show like Stranger Things, I doubt anyone could be any of the cast members would be trusted enough to do something like that. It's like Marvel. It's like,
at this point, yeah,
you got to keep them away from any kind of interview.
I know.
So I'm assuming they're all just going to come on stage and maybe just introduce a teaser, hopefully.
And the date. I need the date.
Yeah.
Teaser and a date. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah. If you could have anyone else come on stage.
Steve. He's busy. He's on tour.
I know. He is touring.
Joe.
Maybe he'll get a surprise performance.
Maybe he's the... And when I'm back in Chicago, I'll be there. Or he sings Charlie's Garden.
See?
And then Charlie shows up.
Oh my God.
And then the whole cast comes out and they reenact the last episode of season 4.
And then they just play the entire 5th season
for us. The whole season. All 10 hours.
They hand select us from our seats
the audience
to go sit in a private theater. No one else, so it's quiet. And we can just watch all of it.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I can't wait for Tudum. We're going to be so disappointed in everything. No.
Cry.
No, it'll be fun.
Fantastic. Okay. What else? I hope we get something a little bit more then for Bridgerton.
Right.
Now that
Longer teaser. Yeah. Second teaser trailer.
Yeah. Or a date. Or
a date. We need dates.
Yeah, we need dates. I need to put shit in my calendar.
We're not good at waiting. I can wait if I know when it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's just like wandering aimlessly,
I feel lost.
Through the abyss?
Yeah.
It's
Stranger
not
Things,
easy.
Wicked, Reputation,
Taylor Swift,
Debut.
Yeah. I know, everything.
Bridgerton, ACOTAR.
Bridgerton, I wonder if they'll come out.
But I feel like that's another huge Netflix
huge
show that they have. So I feel like something. I don't think either of them
show besides Netflix.
I don't think either of them are on that list.
Yeah, but it said ... and more. So
and
you
more.
Can't rule anybody out.
It could mean anything. Maybe it's just because they like don't have certain people secured yet, so they're like,
oh yeah,
and more.
100%.
Because they listed Vanessa Lachey.
Because like honestly, for me, this event is like bigger than any awards show.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know, it's just so much fun. This and Geek Week, which they do in the fall. It's a similar thing, a little bit smaller scale. But it's just so fun and a really cool way to drop a lot of announcements.
And not a lot of companies get to do something like this because Netflix is its own entity, so it has the freedom to do this type of stuff that like other production companies, other big brands and companies and all these things don't have the luxury of doing.
Exactly.
That's so pinpointed and so this is just like so fangirly.
I know,
it's so much fun.
I know.
And so, but yeah, we already kind of got a little bit of something for Bridgerton today. So I don't know if
we have something today. Yeah, we'll see if they expand on it at Tudum. Maybe they'll play more of the behind the scenes stuff that we've already seen. That would be cool. But, I wonder if they'll announce another spinoff.
Ooh, young Violet and
that's all I want.
Daddy Bridgerton.
Yeah, I would love to see their love story.
Or maybe they'll announce who season 5 is going to be. Which child?
Maybe.
Bridgerton kid it'll be.
Maybe, but they don't want to overshadow the beginnings of Benedict, I guess. So
I suppose.
We'll see.
It'll be Eloise, but.
I know. It has to
be.
Or
Francesca.
Oh, I love her so much.
I don't see they would do. I don't know if they. I don't know.
She might be busy.
What is she doing? Oh. I don't know.
So maybe more Bridgerton. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is coming back.
And Jenna will be there.
And Jenna's going to be there.
And she specifically, like, Netflix released a video on social medias and stuff of her saying, like, at Tudum, we have a big surprise or special something. So.
Trailer.
We've gotten, like, a teaser, right?
Yeah. So
that's
it.
it.
Get the full trailer for
okay,
it.
yeah.
Because I think it's coming in the summer.
Soon. Yeah.
So we'll probably get the trailer drop. And, when you see the stars
that's
are on the billing.
Yeah.
Then they're dropping something big. So
yeah.
I'm hoping it's especially Jenna. She's huge right now.
Yeah. The fact that they got her.
I know.
For this day is because she's releasing a bunch of movies this year specifically.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see some Wednesday stuff because it's been years now.
And I'm hoping with the way that they waited so long, I don't think there's exactly much of a time jump because she is going back to school.
Right.
But I'm hoping with it does end up naturally feeling a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
Because I understand it was supposed to be young adult.
Yeah.
But it almost felt like they didn't want to lean into that too much.
Yeah, they were holding back.
Yeah, so I feel like they have a little. I'm hoping like with the time.
And the demographic I feel was so vast for it. Like, it was cool to see. I mean, it's a retro show. Like has spanned decades, this family. And so it was cool to see like young fans, older fans of the original movies and shows. So they could go a little darker, I think.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Kids these days are watching darker crap than that.
But also like the kids that were like younger when they watched that first season are now
They're
older.
much older.
So
True.
Maybe like that's why I'm like hoping with the time they're going to lean a little bit more into it being even not dark. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but
yeah. But I think she suits that. No, I totally agree. So I'm excited for Wednesday.
I don't know what that. Yeah, I wonder what that means. Just a trailer or what's super special?
Squid Game, the final season.
I'm excited.
It's coming this summer.
In June, I think. It's like very soon.
Yeah, like next month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll probably release the
final trailer.
It's interesting how close the seasons 2 and 3 are together, but they obviously film them at the same time. So, because, it's just one of those things, like we waited so long between
for this
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then season 2 sort of ended so abruptly. It almost feels more of like a part 2. Season 2.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because it did leave off on a great cliffhanger.
I know. And they introduced like all the new characters you love just as much.
The
villain.
Yeah.
Oh, he was perfect.
He's phenomenal.
He was
phenomenal
perfect.
actor, and so I'm super excited to see like how they come to a head.
Yeah.
And how it ends. Like, how does...
Do they finally break it down? And
what happens?
And I hope his brother finds him and like it's a...
Yeah, I I didn't know what to expect from season 2 and like where the plot could go.
Yeah.
But then I also had forgotten, because the games overshadow everything else, that I had forgotten that there was a whole political thing happening, behind it all. So
we're so messed up. It's like the same as like with Hunger Games. Everyone's like, I want to see the games, and you're
games.
like, oh,
terrible,
I'm just as bad.
but it is exciting. So I wonder what that trailer will look like, if that's what they show.
We haven't really gotten anything, right? Like, I guess if they're so close together.
They probably won't show much, because that's the fun part of it, is you don't know, like, well, we don't know if they'll even do any more games.
True. I don't know. I don't think so.
What will happen? So yeah, Squid Game will be a thing.
And what are you so excited about?
So, like, I'm not just going because of Stranger Things. I'm going because of One Piece. And there's going to be a huge One Piece showing. So One Piece Core 5 will also be there. So we'll have Luffy, Sanji, Nami, Zoro, and Usopp are the five main crew members from the beginning of the series. And so I bet they're going to show for sure a teaser, if not a trailer, because...
Is there no date for that, right?
There's no date. They may have said, I think they've said 2025, but so has everyone else. So who knows? But this will be another instance of like teaser, hopefully trailer, first looks, and then a date. They filmed for a long time. They've taken a long break between seasons 1 and 2, but that's because their sets are so crazy, and they're mostly completely practical and a lot of locations. So I'm excited for that. And so there's how could I forget, one of the most important crew members is Tony Chopper, who we're going to meet. He's like a little reindeer. You've seen him, of course. And so they've been like teasing his reveal forever, because we're going to meet him in season 2. And there's one sort of teaser they gave us a while back where we just saw it like panned into the back of his head, his little antlers. So he's going to be some form of CGI, but they're hyping it up so much. It makes me think that and people are saying that he really looks very good. And it like the cat, everyone's saying how well it worked. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see. So they're going to reveal Chopper. I'm excited to see him.
Did they definitely say they're going to reveal it then?
This is another one of those things where, remember, you were like, I saw that they were definitely going to release this, but it's another fan page where it was like, they're going to show Chopper. Yeah. But I bet they will, because they've already teased him a little bit. So I think the 5 are going to go on stage and be like, we're missing somebody. And they're going to show Chopper somehow.
Cute.
So yeah, I'm really excited. There are so, like, couple of my very favorite characters are going to be introduced in season 2. So I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm excited about One Piece. One Piece. Do we know of anything else that they might show?
I'm wondering if they'll say anything about Avatar.
There has been not a single peep.
They've been filming, right? Or they filmed, or...
I haven't even seen anything on their socials. Not even, none of them.
So that's why I'm wondering if maybe they'll just at least say something, or...
Yeah, maybe that's the ... and more.
Yeah. If
they have something by by May 31st, then
maybe
they'll show up.
Yeah.
You would think. Something with Toph.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, because they announced her casting.
You know what I did see?
What?
It's an interview with the girl who plays Toph. And first of all, it's the best seeing how excited she is to play Toph. Like, she's so cute. But she did say that this Toph is going to be a bit, I don't know if she said much or more feminine than, the Toph Beifong that we know and love. And I can't help but get a little bit like stereotypical fan and be like, this is perfection. You just don't want to mess
You
with.
don't touch it. Yeah.
Top of all characters.
Why did she literally just said that out of nowhere? She was like,
it was in some sort of interview with, I think it was like a magazine interview, maybe.
what does it even mean?
Enough for me to be like,
The only acceptable anything is that maybe she like didn't word it right, and she meant that like they're actually gonna go the route in this one, like Toph and Aang end up together, and when we finally get Zutara.
I think
That's the only thing they can do to
again?
make this a standout.
They didn't give us that one snippet in season 1. One of the only snippets I remember from the whole season of, you know what I'm talking about, the slow-mo of Zuko, like, and she like rushes past and he like sees her.
And he like goes to like grab her or something.
They didn't give us that for nothing, okay?
No.
Don't make me be delusional again for Zutara. I've had my heart broken time and time again rewatching
That's
animated
an odd
series.
thing for her to say.
It stuck with me. I have been thinking about it kind of nonstop.
Interesting.
This is my favorite character, man. You can't. It's like, that's the character. The character was originally written as a giant, like, bulky man. Not to say you can't be feminine and a badass at all. You know, that's obviously not what I'm saying.
But for
it's
that
just
to
like,
be such a focal point of something that she's saying.
Toph is like a tomboy.
Yeah.
Is what I'm, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a teenage
Yeah.
preteen tomboy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You know, I always give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm in it for the entertainment. Okay?
Yeah.
Nothing will ever touch the original.
No.
And that goes for anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I do hope, I hope they do a surprise.
Yeah.
This is a huge event
Anything.
for because at the last Tudum, that's where we got a lot of Avatar stuff. That's where we got all the Avatar the teaser at least. And the cast came out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being like very One Piece Avatar heavy. So let's just hope that they're clearing the way on stage for Stranger Things. That's it.
I think that's gonna be like the main
for sure.
main event.
Yeah. I'm so stoked.
We also on the list of people we were curious about like what they're gonna be there for is the Outer Banks boys. What are they doing there?
John B. John B is gonna be there.
What are they doing there?
John B and Rafe, which is crazy. Drew Starkey and Chase Stokes. They might just be presenting.
Just like yeah, that's true.
They
They're
might
just like
hop
saying
on.
hey.
Yeah. I'd love it if they were to give us a date for season 6.
Oh, there's so many.
6?
Is it still going?
It's gonna be the final season. That's all I know.
Oh.
Maybe it's season 5.
Oh, then maybe.
It's the final season. So I'm hoping they give us maybe a little something. I don't know, but it's just the two of them. So who knows?
And then you wanted Ginny and Georgia.
Oh yes. So we just got like last week. We got the first teaser for Ginny and Georgia season 3. Yes, because I remember, and I think everyone who's a fan of the show has the same experience where you watch the first season and you're like, I hate this show, but I can't stop watching.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 2, I thought was legitimately very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a little out there, but my God, I don't know how Brianna Howie, who plays
Like
Georgia, I don't know how she's not in so much more because she's so freaking good. She's like, I mean,
just like as that character in general.
Gilmore Girls, where like Lauren Graham was meant to play Lorelai. That's definitely how I feel about this character. So I'm hoping, because the two of them are on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that they give us a little bit more, or they just say hi.
Hey.
So I'm excited for Georgia. My guilty pleasure is back.
There's gonna be so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what we get for Love is Blind, I guess.
So I bet, they usually do some sort of showcase for, all the games that Netflix is doing lately. And then also a lot of reality stuff.
Yeah.
Which
they're off of the high of Love on the Spectrum.
what if Connor is there?
I would cry.
If Connor
then I would fangirl.
was at Tudum. That would be the highlight of our whole time there. Oscar Isaac.
Oh, what is it? Who is he? What is he doing?
No idea. Steven Yeun also.
What is Steven Yeun doing?
Well, they're doing another beef season.
They are?
Yes.
Oh.
Although I didn't watch the first season.
I didn't finish it yet.
I think I think they're doing some sort of anthology type thing with it, where season 2 might not feature the same main cast kind of thing, at least from what I've seen. But anyway, there's definitely going to be a second season, so maybe he'll talk about that.
That makes sense.
Matt Damon's going to be there.
Ben Affleck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, what completely new thing they're going to announce, you know?
Yeah, I know.
There's got to be one or two things that are like, and now announcing this movie with Ben Affleck or something.
They're doing a big thing for Happy Gilmore, too.
Oh, yeah, the golf clubs that they have everywhere. Yeah. Cute.
Adam's there?
I know he wasn't on the list, right?
And more.
He'd be a big surprise.
He would be a big surprise.
Yeah.
And I feel like he'd go.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he does a lot for Netflix now. So
really?
A lot of movies.
Oh, then yeah. Do you think the special performance will be Alex coming out and just like in the Love Is Blind reunion? He just comes in literally out of nowhere. It was like, and now a live performance.
You know what? Probably.
I hope so. I'd be so down. Oh my God.
I know. I want my favorite couple to be there.
Who's your favorite couple?
Garrett and...
they just bought a house. They're
busy.
busy.
I'm obsessed. I watch their every move. That's so creepy. But I do on Instagram. I love them.
They're so cute.
They are a perfect match.
Amber and Barnett just had their baby.
I know. Love Is Blind successes.
It has
tons of success stories.
It has some good ones. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's one good one every season
For
that
sure.
like really holds out.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
I think that covers it, and then we'll check back in afterwards.
Oh my God, we're gonna have so much to talk about
after we go, and we will see if any of our predictions were right, any surprises that we saw.
I hope we see Connor.
I hope we see Connor. Love of the Spectrum friends. We got to get into the How to Train Your Dragon premiere. Maybe he'll be there. Seriously, he probably will be invited. There's no way he won't be.
That's so exciting. I can't wait. I hope that happens.
I spammed his Instagram comments the other day and I was like, they need to feature you in the second movie.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun to see him go to the premiere.
I know. With Georgie.
I can't feel my legs.
Is it Universal? Who is it? DreamWorks. DreamWorks, Universal. Don't let Connor and Georgie down. Get them to the How to Train Your Dragon movie premiere.
That is important. His video of him meeting, I cannot, at Epic Universe.
Did you see the video that he posted also of like him overcoming a lot of fears to go to the theme park and he's afraid of like costumed characters. And so like that was actually like a really huge milestone for him.
He just loves dragons.
Yeah.
In his fourth
like
wing,
it was
in his fourth
him
wing
doing
sweatshirt.
that was like a real. He wasn't just reenacting the moment. He was like actually feeling it. So awesome. I hope he's loving Iron Flame. Because that's what he's reading right now.
Oh my God.
I hope he's loving it.
He's just a book talk girly.
Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, and we'll check back in after
Tudum.
Tudum. Okay, on that note, this meeting of the Fangirls Club is adjourned. Jeez. Bye.
Good night.